Hello guys, welcome back. My name is Nathan, and today I'm going to be making my official 2022 Olympic Hockey Tournament predictions. Now the NHL is officially going to the Winter Olympics in 2022, which just makes me so incredibly happy, and this upcoming tournament is probably going to be one of the closest that we've ever seen, especially at the very top, where there is so much great talent and great teams that could be in the mix for the gold medal. But who do I see winning the gold medal, the silver medal, the bronze medal, and how do I see your favorite country, your country doing in the Winter Olympics? Watch till the end for every single prediction, all the gold medal picks, and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you are new. 60% of the people that are watching are not subscribed. If you like hockey, this channel is the place to be. Now, as a Team USA fan, this upcoming Olympics as well are just so exciting, but almost every single team has a lot to look forward to. Canada has some fantastic centermen, obviously you name McKinnon, Crosby, and Connor McDavid. With Team USA, it's also the same thing, but you got a great defense, probably the best in the entire tournament, and some amazing goaltending. For Sweden, even though they kind of are getting a little bit older, you still have rising up-and-coming players like Elias Pettersson, who will be dominant in the Olympics. And even Team Russia, who's getting a little bit older, has also a ton of great players that are still well-established, and Artemi Panarin is right in his prime, so don't doubt him. But even teams like the Czech Republic, Switzerland, Latvia, Denmark, Slovakia, there is a ton of teams that do have some good up-and-coming talent that could maybe sneak a couple of points here or there in the tournament, and I do see this being a very exciting one right to the very end. But in terms of my predictions, we'll start out with the group stage in the Olympics. Obviously, the three teams that each team play within their group to form the seeding of the tournament in 2022. Now, when it comes to each and every single group, starting in Group A, which might be one of the closest ones of all the groups, you have Canada, Germany, USA, and China. Obviously, China isn't going to do too much in this tournament, I don't think, but besides that, you got Germany, who's still a very, very solid team, and obviously USA and Canada, fantastic teams in their own rights. How I see it going down is that Canada will get 8 points, USA will get 7, Germany will get 3, and China will unfortunately get 0. I see China kind of being stomped throughout this tournament, sadly. I hope they're able to sneak out a point somehow, but I really don't see it happening. Then going on to Group B, which has Russia, Switzerland, Denmark, and the Czech Republic. I see it going Russia number 1, Czech Republic and Switzerland tied 2 and 3, though I see Czech Republic getting that second spot. And then Denmark finishing with 2 points, losing in overtime in 2 of their games, but still having a pretty solid tournament and much better than 0 points for a team that is in the Olympics for the first time ever. Now we're going to go on to Group C, which also has some super fascinating stories. Obviously, you have Sweden and Finland as the two big teams there, but then you have Slovakia, especially as an up-and-coming team that could have some really good talent up-and-coming, and then Latvia, which I don't see doing too well. I see it being Sweden with 9 points, Finland with 6, Slovakia with 3 points, and Latvia with 0, and that is how we'll finish. So when it comes to the actual bracket and how it works, they end up ranking every single team after the group stage, and then that's how the seeding goes. So the top 4 teams in this Olympics that get a bye in the playoff round is USA, Russia, Canada, and Sweden. And again, there is technically 4 rounds in the Olympic bracket. You have the qualification playoffs, you have the actual quarterfinals, the semifinals, and then the gold medal and bronze medal games. So we're going to be going first through the playoff round, technically the qualification round, to see who makes the quarterfinals against the big teams like Sweden, Canada, USA, and Russia. And the first matchup here is Germany versus Slovakia. This actually I'm looking forward to quite a bit if it does happen, especially in the playoff round. I think there's going to be a lot of hatred between these two teams to make it onto the quarterfinals, but I do see Germany just being the better team right now by far, and Germany winning 5-1 against Slovakia, though again, some of Slovakia's young and up-and-coming prospects in 2022 and 2023 possibly making a big impact. Then going on to the next matchup here between Team Finland and China. I see Finland winning this 9-0. Let's move on because we pretty much already know that. Now going on to the Czech Republic versus Team Latvia. This I also see being a little bit of an easy victory for the Czech Republic. I see them winning it 3-0, but shutting down the door for quite a bit of that game. And then we go on to easily the most competitive matchup here between Team Switzerland and Team Denmark. I see this being an absolute bloodbath and eventually going to overtime, but I do see Denmark pulling up the upset. Guys like Nikolai Ehlers having fantastic tournaments and leading Denmark on to the quarterfinal round. But this is where it truly starts to get serious, folks. We are now on to the quarterfinals, and we have some fantastic teams to talk about. The first matchup in the quarterfinals will actually be the first seed in Team Sweden versus Team Germany, and I see this being a fantastic matchup, and I do see Germany giving Sweden a little bit of a run for their money, but in the end, I do still see Sweden winning this game. I think they're just the better team and the better complete team, especially for the quarterfinals. I see them getting it done and eventually moving on to the semifinals with a 4-2 victory. Now we're going to go on to another great matchup here between Team USA and Team Finland, and I do see this game going to overtime, and I do see it going the full distance, and with the new IIHF rules, there is no shootout, so that cannot come into play, but I do see in this matchup just a bunch of hatred, and Finland just absolutely giving it their all, but in the end, I do see USA pulling through with the win and winning 3-2 in overtime, moving on to the semifinals. Next up, Russia versus the Czech Republic, another rivalry that gets renewed as well in this Olympics. I think this will be a fantastic game. I don't really see the Czech Republic having too much of a chance. I do see it being more of a higher scoring game, and with that, I see Russia winning 5-3. And then we have the last matchup in the quarterfinals between Canada and Denmark. I so hope desperately that Denmark's able to keep this a game throughout, and if they do, I think that would be an absolute success. I mean, who knows, maybe they'll pull out a random goalie out of nowhere, like maybe it's a Freddie Anderson or somebody else to just get past Team Canada or make it close, but I do see Team Canada winning this game 6-1, but to be fair and to give massive respect to Denmark, they put up a pretty good fight, and I think they will in this upcoming tournament. But now we are officially into the semifinals, and we now have the 4 teams left: Canada, USA, Sweden, and Russia, and this is again where it just gets so hard to predict. In my opinion, these are the 4 best teams in the Olympics this next year, and it's going to be an absolute bloodbath in the semifinals especially. Now, the first matchup we have is between Team Sweden and Team USA, and honestly, you could go back and forth, and whoever you guys go for at home, I could see either way. Sweden's fantastic, the US is fantastic, and I think especially US has their best roster in probably forever, honestly. And I think when it comes to the US's chances, I think they're pretty strong. I do see the goaltending being fantastic in this game and kind of shutting down the door for Sweden's underratedly lackluster offense. I do see the US winning this semifinal game, winning 4-2, and moving on to the gold medal game for the first time since 2010. And then we have the last matchup in the semis between Canada and Team Russia. Obviously, Canada has the better roster. Russia's more on the older side of things, but they still have some elite forwards, still some pretty good defensemen, and their goaltending is among the best in the entire tournament. I think Russia still has a chance in this game, but I do still see the best team coming out on top. Canada winning this game 4-1 and moving on to the gold medal game, which for the first time since 2010 sets up a Canadian and American gold medal game matchup. And for the bronze medal game as well, Sweden versus Russia, which would also be a ton of fun. Now let's get to the bronze medal game first before we get into the gold medal game and my gold winner prediction. Going on to the bronze medal game between Sweden and Russia, I see this being a super intense game to start out, but I do see Sweden having an absolute romp right to the very end, especially once it gets into the second half. I see Sweden winning this game 5-2 and just kind of being too much for an older Russian team to quite handle. But without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Let's get into the gold medal game for 2022. And you guys know, I'm American. I have some American bias, obviously. But at the same time, you just have to respect just how good Canada is going into this year's Olympics. I mean, again, I talked about the center core earlier, but you got Nathan MacKinnon, Connor McDavid, Sidney Crosby, like Mark Scheifele. Who cares on the fourth line? Nobody cares. The forward group is insane. The goaltending is great. The defense, I would say, is probably the biggest weakness for Team Canada. There isn't really a lot of consistency nor a lot of adaptability on that D-core, in my opinion, but the offense is so good where it doesn't quite matter for them, in my opinion. Meanwhile, for the United States, they have some great forwards, yes, but their defense is what's really their strong suit, and the goaltending can steal quite a few games, I think, with Connor Hellebuck and John Gibson and probably Thatcher Demko in nets. There's a lot of potential there, but I think Connor Hellebuck especially, I mean, he's been on the Jets for a long time, definitely knows how to be behind some big wins. And I feel like this game is going to be just so incredibly close. I don't see it being ending in regulation. I just don't. I see this game going to overtime, finishing in overtime. And for my gold medal winning prediction for 2022, the gold medal winner will be Team Canada. I see Nathan MacKinnon winning the game for the Canadiens, getting the golden goal 3-2 in overtime, setting up a fantastic storyline once again against the Americans, and once again, Team Canada getting another golden goal against the Americans in the gold medal game. Nathan MacKinnon will be the Canadiens' hero and will get them another gold and their third in 4 Olympic games. teams. And when it comes to the official top 6 in this upcoming Olympics, I have Team Canada number 1, USA number 2, Sweden number 3, Russia number 4, number 5 will end up being the Czech Republic, and number 6 will be Team Germany. But I also wanted to give out some awards for the whole tournament, who I see being the best forwards, defenseman, goaltender. I think the best forwards will be Connor McDavid, Austin Matthews, and Nathan MacKinnon. I think the best defenseman will be Adam Fox. I think Miro Heiskanen will be fantastic for Team Finland. And for Team Canada, I think a guy like Shea Theodore could have a big role on that team. And for the best goaltender, I see it being widely Connor Hellebuck, but also some other guys out there being fantastic. I think most notably for Team Sweden, I think Robin Lehner could be great for them. I think for Team Finland, you could have some fantastic goaltenders there that I think are going to be doing great. And for Team Russia, you got guys like Sorokin, guys like Samsonov, guys like Varlamov that they could go for that I think will be great as well. Just a ton of potential and a ton of great Olympic moments coming in 2022, and I honestly cannot wait. But that'll be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy today's predictions, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell if you have not already. Make sure you comment down below, what are your thoughts on my predictions? What do you agree and disagree with? And who do you see being the best and the worst teams in the Olympics? What are your full Olympic predictions? Let me know all your thoughts. Make sure you share this video with your friends. Get the Olympic predictions out there to any hockey fan you know online. And click on this card right here to watch all my predictions and picks videos right in one bingeable playlist. My name is Nathan. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.